Durant here with Tattoo University, and as I promised, today I'm going to show you how to save some money by making a light table from a milk crate, a lamp, and a spare piece of glass. When you start tattooing, it's very similar to when you begin going to school and taking art classes. There's a lot of things that you need to buy. There's a lot of supplies. You start off with nothing and you build up over time. And in the beginning, you might not have the best equipment, but towards the end, ooh, that sounds bad, towards the end. I didn't mean it like that. I meant as you progress and over the years, that sounds a lot better, you will get better equipment. So no matter where you start off, you always want to get better, and you always want your equipment to get better. You know, it's just easier to do things when you have the right equipment. And honestly, some of the stuff that I have made when I first started tattooing, I still use. I like it that much that I wouldn't even get rid of it. I like what I have, it works, and it's sturdy. A lot of the things I make last a long time, so I just keep using those. Why waste money buying something new? So let's not waste any more time. Let's get to work, and I will show you how to build this light table. It is super easy. Okay guys, always remember safety first. Alright, let's put on our safety gear here. Alrighty. And we are finished. Ta-da! So, what I have done is just cut out the sides of the milk crate here. That way I can run wires through here, and I don't have any of that mesh on top blocking the light. I just cut out the sides. You can see I spray painted it, gave it a nice silver finish. That way it would look like an actual table and wouldn't look dirty like a nasty milk crate. And then I just took 4 pieces of Velcro and stuck it to the top of this so that it won't slide around and it won't fall off. You don't want something like this falling on you or breaking. So then we just take this and set it on our table, and then we get our handy dandy light here, and we set this somewhere where it'll be at a good height where we can draw. So, but then you get your light and you stick it underneath here and turn it on. There you go. Put your paper on top and you're good to go. If you put a light bulb that has a lot of wattage to it, it's going to get really hot. And you just need something that will give you a little bit of light, enough to shine through a piece of paper. You can see that my lamp has a bendable neck and a stand on it, so what I do is I just stick it under my milk crate like this, so it faces up, and I turn it on. Super easy. All you have to do is grab a milk crate, cut the top off, put a piece of glass on top, and put a lamp underneath it. And that will be your light table. You don't need to go out and buy a $200-300 fancy light table or all this stuff they have nowadays that, you know, cost a fortune just so you can trace something. Save your money when you're starting off tattooing. Save money where you can. Spend where it's important. You need to buy all your equipment. All of this stuff you see up here, your power supply, your toolbox, all of the little stuff that you don't think about, your color cups, your hand sanitizer, your Maticide or your germicidal solution. There's a ton of stuff that you need to buy, and it all costs money, and it's all going to drain your wallet. So save where you can, spend where it's important. People always get a kick out of seeing things that have been repurposed, and they like seeing new stuff and stuff that's unique. While I have your attention, I'm going to give you a couple more tips for you starting artists out there. Starting artists, same thing, I think. When you first start buying tattoo machines, buy cheap machines. And there's a good reason for this. If you are buying coil machines, you can go buy the most expensive tattoo machine and it'll work for you, but you'll never learn how to tune a machine, or you'll never learn how to adjust it. It won't do you any good. In the long run, you'll be better off if you get a cheap machine like this one here. I think these go for about $10. And one time I ordered these, and the reason why I ordered it was because if I spent an extra $10, I had free shipping on my order. So I just threw one of these in there so I could get free shipping. And actually, these little guys are nice little liners. As long as it's set up and tuned correctly, it's a good little working machine, nice little machine. And you can take it apart. And if you break it, you're out $10. If you're trying to learn about tattooing and machines and you go buy a $300 machine and you take that apart and break it, you are out $300. So get a cheapie and then take it apart. This is the first machine that I ever had. It's one of these little cast aluminum machines. You see them a lot. Again, they're kind of cheap machines. There's a lot of them. Usually they have skulls and other designs on them, you know, and they're not a lot of money. I have taken this machine apart at least 100 times. I'm not exaggerating. I have taken this thing apart over 100 times. Every time I tried to tattoo and it didn't work, I had to readjust and take it apart and try to fix it. And that's how I learned how to tune a machine, was with this guy right here. I took it apart so many times that the cores came out of the coils and I had to super glue them back in there. And this thing has been through hell and it still runs because I learned how to keep it running. So with a coil machine, this is like grandpa's truck that just never quits. And you always can fix it, keeps going, no matter what. No matter how old it gets, if it breaks, you can fix it. And if something breaks on it, you just replace the part. And I can do that because I know how to fix machines, because I got cheap machines in the beginning and I took them apart so many times. Anyways. So I know how to tune a machine and fix machines because I took these apart so many times. And I learned that way. So if you want to learn about machines, get a cheapie when you start. If you don't want to learn about machines, then go buy an expensive one. And as soon as something simple like a spring breaks, you won't know how to fix it, and it's going to sit in your drawer and be a paperweight. You'll have to send it back in just to change a spring, when all I have to do is get another spring and throw it on there and I'm good to go. So here's what's coming up. I'm going to visit another tattoo artist and we're going to shoot some live video on Facebook. If you are part of Tattoo University, you'll be able to watch that. And I'm also going to shoot a video while I'm there. While I'm there, I'll be getting this added to my arm probably. Probably going to be a lot of talk about shading techniques. Maybe some black and gray conversation, maybe adding white. We'll have to see how that goes. That's going to be a lot of fun. Instead of listening to me, you get to listen to somebody else for a while. I'll probably act like the client, maybe ask a lot of questions that will help you guys out. So stay tuned for that, and show your support, donate to the channel, and subscribe. If you feel like it, you can subscribe. Maybe help the channel out, show your support. Wouldn't be so bad, There's the first tattoo machine I made. I made that out of scrap metal and a pair of $10 coils I bought. That thing was horrible. I wish I kept it. But it worked, and I learned something when I made it. I think if I still had it, it would have ran really good, but at the time I didn't know what I was doing. It just had a crazy amount of stroke.